this is not your typical Seiko Speedtimer reissue because this is the limited edition version. Introducing the all-new SSC909. I'm sure you are all familiar with the Panda version, the 813. That thing sold like hotcakes and still manages to do so. Every time Kavar Jewelers received their shipment of the 813, it would sell out instantly. But you know what? This one is better. It's got a crystal clear, icy blue dial that's beautiful, and it looks fantastic, superior to the Panda. Coming in at a price of $700 USD. That is a $25 premium over the non-limited models. So what are you getting here? A solar-powered 60-minute quartz chronograph. It's got beautiful, compact, pump-style pushers and a grippy 6.8mm push-pull crown, giving the watch 100 meters of water resistance. This is a Pro Specs, so you're getting all the goodies. A gorgeous single-domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. Now, the anti-reflective coating seems weak here. There was a ton of reflections. I've filmed many Pro Specs, and this one reflected a lot. Maybe it's due to the ice dial, but I had issues with this watch more than any other. So I'm going to say the AR coating is a little weak here. When we look at the case shape, it doesn't really scream Speedtimer to me. I think Seiko's just using the name for fan service and to gain sales. It has abruptly cut off squared tipped lugs, similar to the legendary 62 MAS. So I kind of see this watch as a 62 MAS chronograph. Now let's do those measurements. 39 millimeters in diameter. We got a sapphire crystal and dial size of 30.5. A thickness of 13.3, no drilled lugs, and a lug-to-lug of 45.5. So nice compact dimensions here. It's going to wear great on many different wrists, even with those male end links, which I'm gonna knock. Not a fan of male end links. But the size is 20 mil, tapering down to 18. Signed Seiko clasp with twin button release and a fully milled clasp. And for sizing, I believe it's pins and collars. But the bracelet is completely solid end links and links, so it gives the watch a very hefty, weighty feel, coming in at 161 grams with all the links. We have a screw down case back that says Seiko, and you can see the limited edition number. Now the movement is the V192, 6 month of battery on a full charge if it doesn't see the light, but of course it will, so it's going to last much longer. And if it ever dies, just put it in the sun and it will charge up. Accuracy is plus minus 15 seconds a month. So not a hack watch, but still more accurate than a mechanical. Now here it is next to the SKX, so you can get some visualization how it might wear on your wrist. The thickness and the lug-to-lug are pretty close. Okay, here's the Lume shot. Don't expect typical strong Seiko Lume. The Lume is weak and it's only on the cardinal indices, hour and minute hand, and the chronograph sweeping seconds. Just a little tiny plot there. This watch has such a cohesive style. The subdials are black, the date is black, the tachometer bezel black, and the way it flows into the mid links of the bracelet, which is also black, is a fantastic design element. It just looks so good on the wrist. This thing is beautiful. Now, a little bit of a quality control issue. I always notice QC issues on the quartz watches from Seiko. This one has a scratch underneath that 24-hour subdial at the 3 o'clock. It looked almost like a fabric, but when I was filming it, I spent a lot of time checking at extreme angles, and I'm pretty sure it's some sort of a scratch. The 6 o'clock subdial is smaller than the other two, and that's your 60-minute timer. So it's a 60-minute chronograph only, and I kind of wish they made that one a little bit bigger. But they also have your fuel gauge there. You see the F and the E, standing for full or empty. That's your battery level chart. And it will always be displaying the battery level charge unless you start the chronograph. And the 9 o'clock subdial is simply the running seconds. The indices are faceted, applied, and high polish. The hands are brushed sword style, and the arrow tip chronograph seconds is flat white. Overall, I think legibility is spot on, except for the chronograph arm, the white one. I wish that was a different color. Maybe even black, I think it would pop. The date is not placed evenly between the 4 and the 5 o'clock indices. It's closer to around 410, 420. So that's definitely a negative for some people, and it's kind of sunken in, so it could be hard to read the date in some lighting condition. The biggest problem with this chronograph is the existence of the SBTR 029 with a similar icy blue dial but it has a mecha quartz, meaning the chronograph portion of the watch is mechanical and it snaps back into place instead of like this quartz one, which does a full 360 when it resets. The SBTR also is 160 USD, links down below from Amazon, and that's a $500 difference. But you only get hardlex, you get a much cheaper bracelet that's hollow, and it's 40 by 46 instead of 39 by 45.5. So is this watch worth the extra $500 difference? You are getting the solar module instead of just a normal battery chronograph. But if you love this design and maybe you want to see a different colorway, check out the video on the right of your screen right now, and I'll see you in the next one.